now in Hohokus. We're down to 47 in West Milford, Spring Valley at 51, Tarrytown, you're at 53 degrees. Levittown now at 53. We have Lynbrook at 55 degrees, Bushwick 57. So as you plan your day today, we're looking at sun and clouds. Temperatures a little bit cooler than yesterday, so I'd say the light jacket, especially with a little bit of an east breeze later on today. 68 degrees by noontime. 66 by 5 p.m. and then with mainly clear skies through 10 o'clock. 58 degrees. It will be quiet. We do have clear skies through tomorrow morning, rain-free through tomorrow morning. But then we've got to talk about some of those showers and an update, of course, on that holiday weekend that Michael teased. So we'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. But first, Adele, got to get everybody out the door this morning.
Yes. In my mind, I'm thinking about the holiday weekend traffic, but we still have to get through the traffic around.
Information you can't get anywhere else. We have number crunchers here, looked at the calendar over the spring so far, and it seems like, it certainly has felt that way, that every weekend is when we had at least one of the sort of soggy days, and you have the numbers to back it up. It seems like we've had all of the Saturdays with some measurable precipitation in the city. So here's some good news, bad news. We're still keeping the chance for some showers in for the holiday weekend, but it's not going to be everywhere, and I'll tell you, we have seen a lot worse for Memorial Day holiday weekend. So a couple things on the map. We've got the cold front coming on through, and it's going to help guide, and as this high pressure builds in as well, guide this area of low pressure, keep it more to the south. And that is key because we're going to see the worst of the weather associated with that low pressure well to our south. So a bit of an improvement, and this may go back and forth over the next couple days where we have to put in a sprinkle or keep the clouds. But overall, not too bad of a weekend across the region. And that includes from here to Philadelphia. DC, you may have that better chance of showers on Sunday, but again, overall from the 3 days, you can't beat it for a holiday weekend. So of course, we'll keep an eye on that. And temperatures will be bouncing back up into the 70s, which means I've got to talk about a bit of a dip. That's with the cold front. It's also going to touch off some thunderstorm potential here as we get into Wednesday. So that's something to keep in mind as we get into Wednesday afternoon and evening, any after school activities, maybe late night games, maybe some sprinkles. But it is definitely going to cool us down. We've got a couple of cool mornings ahead too once that front passes. We'll show you that in a second. 57 currently at Central Park. It's this east-northeast wind that's going to keep us a little bit grayer than yesterday. Sun and clouds overall not too bad, but an east wind keeping temperatures held into the 60s, and we'll dip into the 50s overnight tonight. Now by the time we get to Thursday out there, so let's start with the numbers. We have Liberty down to 47, New Paltz at 51, Middletown 47, Peekskill and at Mount Kisco in the low to mid 50s right now. We have Milford at 44 with Hoboken at 58 degrees. Morristown, you're coming in at 48. So as temperatures climb today, a little bit cooler than yesterday. So just in the upper 60s, near 70 today. We'll call it sun and clouds and a little bit of an east wind that gets a little breezy later on this afternoon. So I would say keep the jacket handy. And then by later on this evening, around dinner time, still in the low 60s, fair skies by 10 o'clock into the mid and upper 50s. All right, let's see some of those slowdowns. You have to look because you have to be ready for it. What's going on?
Yes, you definitely have to be ready for it. Now on the weather with Maria.
And we're checking in on Port Jefferson right now via EarthCam. Definitely the gray skies. We have still a bit of that smoky haze, but it's a dry forecast for today. That's good news for Sweet and Milo out of Rockville Center, Long Island, up to 64 degrees at 11 a.m. Still have our eye on, though, some showers for the weekend. We'll pinpoint where we think the best chance is, and I think for many of us it's an improving forecast, so we'll show you that in the 10-day. You know they need to get that energy out, so if you're using today to do just that, this is Sweet Nico, a little smaller than Titan, but going to enjoy some dry conditions out today. We're looking at temps now in the 40s and 50s, and by 10 o'clock just into the low 60s, so a little bit cooler. But we do have our eyes focused on the weekend. So much going on. We got parades and ceremonies, and of course, maybe you're getting away for a few days. We're watching this high pressure build in, and right now, as it looks, a little bit of an improving forecast where I think we'll see more clouds than showers, and the best chance for some showers continues to be well south of our area. So we'll continue to fine tune it, but also temperatures, because I think more of the rain stays away to our south, I think temperatures have an opportunity to go up a little bit. So from Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday, we're getting into the 70s, which is a good thing. Now, if you're headed to the beach, we're We're also looking at improving conditions, obviously cool from Long Island beaches, the Hamptons and Fire Island in the 60s, and down the shore 60s and 70s, near 70 by Monday. Notice the ocean temps still in the upper 50s and 60s. Of course, we know that this time of year it is going to be chilly, but it does look like right now definitely not a terrible holiday weekend. All right, 57 degrees out there right now. We have some patchy clouds and still a lot of that smoky haze in there. Temperatures getting into the upper 60s today. Southeast winds at 5 to 10, maybe a little bit more gusty as the afternoon goes on at times. Down to 53 degrees overnight tonight. 74 tomorrow ahead of a cold front. So we're looking at that morning sunshine and afternoon clouds, also an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. That's the front coming through. By tomorrow evening, it's all out of here. It's a pretty quiet end to the week, too. So cooler north and west. Clinton, you're at 49 degrees, but we're at 57 in the city, 53 in Merrick. And you do see some patchy clouds, a little bit of haze, reducing visibility a little bit. I'm trying to see if there's any fog out there. Right now, though, a pretty cool picture as that low level moisture hangs out over the field in Otisville, Orange County. But as you can see, mainly gray skies over the city. We'll see sun and clouds during the day today. By 1 o'clock, 69 degrees, upper 60s near 70, so a little cooler than yesterday. By 7 p.m. into the 10 o'clock hour, skies are clearing and temperatures dipping into the upper 50s by then. All right, let's check out all the flashing lights and the red lights and the slowdowns, Adele, because you've got plenty.
Yes, just like yesterday, we deal with it again.
LaRosa is checking out the weather for us before we take a quick break.
And things are pretty quiet. We have quiet conditions over the city. And as we look at the week ahead, let's head to Walden, New York, where it is the one day tomorrow. We're tracking showers and thunderstorms, but it's also the last day in the 70s until we get to the weekend, which, as you can see, is dry in Walden. But I'll show you where we could be picking up some showers through the holiday weekend. An update on that in the 10-day. Conditions there at the Cross Bronx. Of course, Adele's got you covered on everything traffic. As far as the weather goes, yes, a few patchy clouds out there. 57 now at Central Park. We're still in the 50s from Islip and Merrick, down into the 40s, Clinton and Sussex, Poughkeepsie as well. A little bit of an easterly flow right now, maybe a little breezier for the afternoon, but out of the east, that's going to keep us a bit cooler, and some of those stubborn clouds a little bit hanging on a little bit longer. And our orangey sun once again with that filter thanks to some of that smoke. By 1 o'clock into the upper 60s. Cooler than yesterday. Sun and clouds through the evening hours, down to 62 by about dinner time. And then by 10 o'clock, start to clear out again. Temperatures in the upper 50s. All right, so lots of slowdowns. It's been a busy morning for you, Adele. What's the latest?
Yeah, and we've got more slowdowns now, of course, headed your way if you're having
those bright blue skies. Temperature-wise, it's on the cool side. 49 in Denville and Andover. We have right now in Livingston 51 degrees. It's also in parts of New Jersey, the Delaware Valley, that I'm starting to see some fog, especially Sussex County. So again, just keep that in mind in those spots. But I'm also looking at a persistent little return right now in Westchester County on the radar. So maybe a few sprinkles trying to get going here near Cross River and Bedford. So keep that in mind. Not enough for the umbrella. I think that'll be passing. Otherwise, a clear sailing as far as precipitation. Sun and clouds today by 10 a.m. 61 degrees. By 3 p.m. into the upper 60s. So a little bit cooler than yesterday. And a brisk easterly wind, especially this afternoon in that 10+ mile per hour range. Should be pretty quiet for the evening, though, by 6 o'clock, still into the low to mid 60s. All right, it's been anything but quiet traffic-wise. I've been following all of your updates, Adele. What's going on now? What's the latest?
I know. It's just when one clears out, another one pops up. And
LaRosa is checking out the weather.
And we're looking pretty good. Some patchy clouds, a little bit hazy out there once again. But temperature-wise, pretty in line with what is average for this time of day. So Hackensack, some clouds, 54 right now. New Rochelle at 55. Sanford as well. As sun and clouds through the afternoon, but a little bit cooler than yesterday. We've got one more day of a warm-up before another cool down. And that's coming along with some showers and storm chances. So I'll time it out for you coming up in the 10-day.
Thanks so much.
Beautiful view there, Midtown Manhattan.
Yeah, we love this view from Earth Cam, and you can see the hazy skies. That smoke still an issue today, but not the rainfall. We head to Oyster Bay. We're at 53 degrees right now, headed into the upper 60s, but it's a brisk east wind keeping us cool for at least one more day. One more day of a warm-up, too, before I've got to track rain and, of course, an update on the weekend rain chances in the 10-day. Sometimes you hear the definition of what is considered the flood and the causes. Your mind goes, you just want to tear your hair out. So I feel for everybody. But yes, it is time to start thinking about preps because the hurricane season officially starts June 1st. But really, any time of year, we always are looking into the waters here for anything that develops. Of course, the peak of the season coming in early September. Right now, we are keeping an eye on an area of low pressure that will continue to develop. Nothing tropical. In fact, the National Hurricane Center Weather did have an area that they were watching in the Atlantic, but that has really gone away at this point as far as any tropical development. But yes, that's the zone that we'll be watching to bring the chance for some showers close to our area. So we're seeing some improvement. We've got a front. This is going to bring us showers tomorrow. And then as we look to the weekend, high pressure, I think, will hold on enough to keep most of the action to our south. So if you're doing traveling and maybe it's the Outer Banks or the Delmarva, that's the best chance to see those showers. But I think most of our area for now is looking like mainly just kind of gray and warm, but not too hot. So overall, pretty solid looking 3 days in a row for now. And as we look at today, not too bad, 57 degrees. We do have patchy clouds overhead. The winds are calm for now. We do have an east wind setting up, and it may get a little breezy from time to time. That's just one more factor that's going to keep things a little bit cooler today compared to yesterday. So we're aiming for the upper 60s today, sun and clouds, but rain free, and that continues into tonight, down to 53 degrees. Now tomorrow the front approaches. We warm up a little bit ahead of it, down, I should say up to 74 degrees. Southwest winds about 5 to 10, and that front will be enough to touch off some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder during the early part of the afternoon. It sort of kind of peters out here as it approaches the city. Still a chance for a few showers during the late evening. This clears out and we do cool down by the time we end the week. Some upper 60s for highs again. But as you can see, overall for the weekend, mid 70s, sun and clouds. And
LaRosa's looking at the weather. Still a bit hazy in some places.
yes, we are still looking at some smoky conditions in our area from the fires in Canada, but we are looking to the south now to see how this is going to develop over the next few days, to see how good our chances are for seeing rainfall over the weekend. Obviously, it's pretty unsettled across the southeast, but over the next few days, high pressure has been helping us out. We have a cold front coming through from the north. That's going to bring us a chance for some showers tomorrow, but that question is, again, what will this area of low pressure do over the next few days? It has been hinting that at least some clouds, maybe some showers, definitely not a washout scenario. That's how it's been looking for the last several days. And there is some hints that maybe it's improving still, where most of the shower chances remain well to our south. So we continue to see some bright spots in this weekend's forecast. So getting 3 days together without rain on a holiday, end of May, is always tough, but I think we may be able to do it. So you can see the temperatures corresponding to that lack of rainfall in the forecast into the 70s. 72 Saturday, Sunday into the 70s, and Monday sun and clouds, 76 degrees. We'll keep an eye on that east wind, of course, that can tend to lock in those clouds. All right, we've got a little bit of that happening right now. Some patchy clouds overhead. You see that little peachiness to the sky. That smoke is there. 57 at Central Park right now. We'll call it sun and clouds through the day. By noontime, 68 degrees. That's just about our high. But that east wind off the cool water keeping from Long Island to the Jersey Shore a little bit cooler, from Eastport, Islip in the low to mid 60s, Belmar to Toms River. A little bit further inland, Sussex, Clinton, you'll make it into the low and mid 70s. And then by tonight, clear skies, 53 degrees. Tomorrow is that front approaching, 74 for the high. Count on a few spotty showers. Again, nothing that's going to be too wild here, but during the afternoon and evening hours, you may get some sprinkles. It does clear us out for the day on Thursday. Elements that we had yesterday morning, including that smoky, hazy sky, and you can see the evidence of that with that look the sun has as it comes through some of those clouds and the haziness. Otherwise, it's very quiet, partly to mostly cloudy skies in and around the city and Long Island. No rainfall, 57 degrees out there right now. So as you plan your day, it's going to be a little bit cooler than yesterday as temperatures climb just into the mid 60s by about lunchtime. On our way up into the upper 60s, but there is an easterly wind. So from Merrick and Islip down the shore, Belmar and Toms River and the city, staying in the mid and upper 60s. You're a little bit more removed from that ocean influence, a little warmer. Clinton, Sussex, Poughkeepsie, Monticello, all getting into the low to mid 70s today with the help of some of the sun and clouds. We've got a couple of weather features the next few days we'll keep an eye on. Of course, high pressure's in control for now. We've got a front sliding through tomorrow. We're going to see a chance for some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder at that point. As you can see with our hour-by-hour forecast, by tomorrow afternoon and evening, not a ton out there, just enough that if you're hitting the road perhaps for a really early start to the weekend, you may have some of those wet roads. Otherwise, the skies clear by Thursday morning. Cooling down too, we have some low 40s to start your day on Thursday, and it'll be a cooler afternoon. That moves out of here, and then we turn our eyes up once again, keeping an eye on what this area of low pressure is going to do. Continue to show show signs that this may go back and forth a little bit from clouds to maybe the chance for some showers. Right now, we're going a little more optimistic, keeping it dry Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with temperatures into the 70s. That's for the city. If you're headed to the beach, also looking good, and that includes down the shore where temperatures will be in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Then we look ahead to June, and yes, that first full week, still expecting those temperatures to recover and back into the mid and upper